They are called lazy, too sensitive, always online, always complaining. The meme generation. But what if we're looking at them the wrong way? What if Gen Z isn't weak? What if they're simply the first generation that refuses to stay silent about pain? Previous generations believed something very simple. You work hard. You endure pain. You keep moving. You don't talk about trauma. You don't question your parents. And you definitely don't say the words mental health. But Gen Z grew up in a completely different world. They didn't just hear about problems. They watched everything happen in real time. Global crises, pandemics, economic instability. The internet didn't protect them from reality. It exposed them to it. And psychologically, constant exposure to stress changes how a generation thinks. That's why Gen Z talks about things older generations avoided. Trauma, boundaries, emotional healing. To some people, it sounds dramatic. But to Gen Z, it's simply honesty. They are not trying to escape pain. They are trying to understand it. This is where the conflict begins. Parents say, "We survived worse." Gen Z says, "This stops with me." So they question old patterns. They go to therapy. They try to break cycles that lasted decades. And yes, they joke about everything. Burnout becomes memes. Depression becomes dark humor. It looks unserious. But psychologically, humor is one of the brain's strongest coping mechanisms. Sometimes laughing at pain is the only way to survive it. And one day, this same generation will become parents. Parents who say, "You can talk to me. You don't have to hide your feelings. You're allowed to be human." The generation called too sensitive might raise the first generation that never has to hide their emotions. So maybe Gen Z isn't the weakest generation. Maybe they're simply the first generation trying to heal.